Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on another weekly update of the NABLL North American Box Lacrosse League. Tony Gray, pretty much a regular co-host this year, and Rachel Anderson, you are the director. And honestly, I should have said this before we even got started, but congratulations on your isotopes this year. A tremendous
Thank
showing,
you.
getting the juniors out there doing your thing. That is huge. That is how you grow the future of lacrosse. I watch a lot of the Can-Am games, and you can usually tell who's coming up next by watching the juniors team. So, I mean, there's a reason Newtown's been good for so long. The War Chiefs have been pretty dominant. Onondaga. So, yes, congratulations on that. And how did you feel the first year of juniors went before we get into the Nationals wheel?
Sure. We had such a good time. I was able to take 17 runners and a goalie with me, and we played 4 games in 2 days, which a lot of them had a good chuckle about because they hadn't done that for, since they were in club lacrosse.
Yeah.
But it was great. Charlie and Joe were great hosts at Paper City. We all went back and watched the Northmen and the Oaks play that night, and it was fun for the young guys to see someone besides our region play. They
It,
got to hang out,
it's so
and
much
meet people
talent on
afterwards.
those teams, though. I mean, that's really it's a great game. I mean, the Northmen, you've got world level players. I mean, Kyle Baker. Honestly, anybody who watched that last night knows he was very close to being, on Team USA. When you talk about the talent they have, that's no small feat.
Yeah, it was great. And then my goalie and one of Baker's kids played in that national, the IIJ. I'm messing up the letters
Yeah.
for Team USA. So I got to meet Fisher while we were up there, and we had seen him play when they streamed those games with our goalies. So that was really fun too. We made tons of connections. That they traveled great. It was a really fun and unique opportunity, and all the teams that are affiliated with looking for juniors are super excited. Hopefully next year we can make a true tournament. We just did a round robin weekend with the 4 of us, but it was super fun.
Yeah. I mean, you got to start somewhere, and it's huge that you guys are giving these guys the opportunities. I know the Yeti team, it was huge to even just get to watch them go play Paper City, being able to get more games in against guys, similar age group. They weren't quite there yet. The junior Yeti, you could tell, have been together a little bit longer, but I mean, a great showing by them. And you give these teams a few years, like Paper City, you're bringing in that youth talent that just pays dividends. Because even if you can keep like 3 guys, which doesn't sound like a lot out of 20, but if you're keeping, 3 guys every couple of years, that's a huge number to be able to, fill up your stats. And especially when you get out to nationals, it's kind of a game of attrition. So you guys do home and homes too out there, right? You do one home game and then somebody
We
else.
do, except for Omaha, because they're 6 hours away from us. So we did a back to back both years so far with them. But otherwise, yeah, the other teams are like a max of like 30 minutes away. So we do home and home there.
Yeah, it is huge. And then you go to nationals and you kind of need a team that, can fire fast. It's a very interesting way to go about it. Would one of you guys like to go over the format of nationals?
Do you want to go, Tony? You want me to do it?
Go ahead, you can go.
So we'll do a similar format to what we did last year with the short reseed games. So that's what the Wheel of Destiny is for. So we'll do those like we did last year. We've got 2 pads running for those games so that we can get as many in and not have to play until midnight. And then the last 2 teams after we reseed will be invited to do a consolation game, and then everyone else will be into bracket play after that. So we'll get most of the brackets started Saturday afternoon, and then the championship game and the consolation game will be on Sunday.
All right, and we're still doing the reseeding games essentially, or just a short 15-minute game.
40 minutes.
40 minutes. Oh, so the two 20-minute
Yeah.
halves running.
It's
Yeah.
4 10s, 4 10s.
4 10s. All right.
Yes. Sorry. Thanks, Tony.
No, yeah,
Yes.
I cover so
I
much of this. I
struggled
can.
with it. I
Yeah.
struggled with it on Monday too.
So 4 10s we're running, and yeah, that is huge. But these running time games, it is so important to get a goal early, and really important to have a goaltender that can stop it. So we've got some newcomers to the Nationals. How much parity is there in the league now? You're starting to see teams that haven't lost yet lose, like the Arrows lost this year. You guys were able to beat the Wheat Kings. I mean, there's a lot of parity going around the league. I know Midbow would never admit it to us, but I mean, if you drop a game, there's a lot more parity in your division. It's that simple.
No, to his credit, he totally did.
No, he's awesome. He
we had a
likes
great
talking smack,
final.
but yeah, no, that's
We
what
had
was
a
the
great
final score of the
It was-
final?
we lost by 2, and one was an empty netter.
Congratulations. That's a huge.
So I mean, it's probably the best my boys have ever played. And I was missing some pretty key players in that game. So I mean, obviously we'd like to win, but I'm not disappointed. And I think that we've had more like 1 and 2 goal games between really highly competitive teams across the league this season than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
Oak City swept. I think they went undefeated the whole time down there, and that's new. Like Charlotte's always kind of been the powerhouse down there. The Gamblers, the Predators got their first win at home ever. So that was exciting. And it looks like Knoxville's beefed up quite a bit, and New England is always super competitive. The new teams that came in upstate really some strong competitors out of there. So I feel like the whole level of competition, I feel like, has risen this year quite a bit.
Yeah, no, I think Nationals is going to be even better because of it. When you get teams coming in from tough competition, it just makes the games that much better. It's hard if you go through your division fairly easily. It's not really conducive to making you a better team. I was really excited having the upstate division that just kind of sprung up. I mean, a whole 4 teams, and there's still more teams that could probably fit in out there. There's so much box lacrosse when you get out in that area. It's been a crazy year. There's been more box lacrosse than we could even possibly cover. Like, there was miscommunication on the Lakers finals game. I thought somebody was going. They thought I was going. And, yeah, I'm 5 hours away. So by the time I realized he wasn't going to be there, couldn't make a 5-hour trip in about 20 minutes. So that was the end of that. But
well, we've already got 6 asking to come in for next year. Like Tony and I were just talking about the Dayton team is already blowing up their social media for 2026. Like it's incredible how excited people are.
Absolutely. And when you talk about up there with the Grand Rapids Grizzlies, there was a lot of close games going on through that as I watched. I didn't see the playoffs, so I don't know what the scores were there, but I know the rest of the season.
Well, they were less close.
It was less close to the playoffs. He got his army of robot lacrosse players up and running by then.
He did.
All right, so we might as well start doing this. Dave Mather is going to be in the background. We really appreciate you, Dave, updating this, so we will take a look at it after we go. And without further ado, I guess let's click the first team and see what's happening. Owls, first year in, and the Oak City Owls are the very first team. Now we get to see how fast Dave is with this. Is he going to get it changed fast enough, or should we draw 2 and then show him afterwards? I don't know. I can see he's working on it. It's pretty impressive how fast he is, I tell you. But we'll give him a couple minutes.
Disposable thumbs, though, so it may take him a little bit.
And no, I can't even. He's already got it up there. Congratulations.
Well, there you go. You're going to release it, right? And then it shows who they're going to play.
Yeah.
The matchups.
Yeah, so thank you very much. We really appreciate you doing that, Mr. Mather. Ho-ho, and speaking of, the Seattle Kings, who also had a much harder regular season than they're used to, and I think is a team that's going to extremely benefit from having that kind of competition before it gets to nationals. So, especially when you talk about a goalie, such a big part of their team, obviously, with Big Dave, who makes big saves. You got to have good shooters on to get you ready for it. So, shout out, and there's the first one. I kind of understand how that graph works. I'd be lying if I said I completely understand what's happening there.
So,
There's a good reason we let Dave and Justin and Tim handle it.
Speaking of, oh, no, we're not going to get to Tim. We're going to get to Dave, but not the Dave we were talking about, Dave Holden and the Grand Rapids Grizzlies. So
Rumor has it Dave is retiring after these nationals, so we'll have to make a big deal about Dave when we're in Milwaukee.
absolutely, we're going to have to make sure we call him out and try to embarrass him. Preferably, I'm sure if you're playing against him, somebody would like that before the game. Try to get in his head a little bit, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's honestly, I missed Deej this year. It was unfortunate Collar City didn't quite have it together to get together. I know he was really upset. I do miss seeing Deej. It's one of my favorite parts about Nationals, getting to see the guys you see every year. Here's a guy with the Senators in Midbow. This is exciting. I love it. I was explaining essentially to a couple of the Tonawanda guys that he has a cult out there. I know they don't call themselves a cult. They'd like to be called Senators instead of minions. So I guess we could do that. But as I explained to a couple of the guys, who actually the one guy he played for, his son played for or with Midbow in Prague. So I told him, I said, yeah, he should really go out there and play all the time. He's got a whole list. Oh boy, motion denied. Dave's not allowed to retire. The chat is going absolutely crazy. And of course it is, because I don't have the chat loaded up for like the first time this year. But let's fire it up. Oh, I got to put it in front of everything. But yeah,
You've got too much action on the screen.
I got a lot of stuff going on here. I can't even pay attention to most of it. We'll get the chat after. We'll finish this off first, one thing at a time. Good call, Rachel. That's why you're the director.
Yeah.
And Nathan Jobson with the Thousand Island Spirits. Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, all right, it is.
Well, right on the last pixel.
Yeah, the last pixel. Yeah, that's a team. So he got way younger and faster. Super excited to see what they look like in nationals, because I know they are a team that historically has not had a ton of speed, but I think that's going to be a big difference. Also, following the Wild's idea of not having a coach and standing up and just kind of coach by committee. So I know that's worked for the Wild, obviously. Maybe the whole key to winning a national championship is getting rid of your coach. I don't know. It'll be it's an interesting strategy, Cotton. But no, I'm excited to see how they do, because I think it really is going to represent well. And here's another first-time team, the Philly Mustangs. Super excited. They are going to be on the show next week. So before the Nationals, as we're getting ready to warm up, I'll probably have I'm going to make Big Dave come on, go over some of the rules and things ahead of time. But we are also going to have the Philly Mustangs, because being their first time there, I've talked with them a bunch of times before. I've never been able to get down there and stream anything of theirs, but really excited that they're going to make it.
So this is basically who they're going to be competing with in the first round on late Friday and early Saturday, correct?
That's my understanding of it.
No, it looks like the divisions are coming together.
Yeah, so we're starting to figure it out. Oak City, yeah. Okay, now it makes more sense with team names in there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I guess I'm not very imaginative.
Down to 4.
And 4-time champions is what they're going for. Boy, I tell you, how did they fall so far in the power rankings, though? I've said I'm going to make a big deal about this, and I have to, because I just cannot understand, Tim. What are you doing? Usually I understand what Tim's got going on, and I know we can explain it's how they lost, but until they lost in a playoff game, the Wild are number one. I still pick them as number one going in. They're my power rank number one team. Until somebody can figure out the enigma that is Brian Custer back there, he has my full support. I'm going number one with them.
They have to lose when it matters.
That's right. I mean, kudos to the Arrows, though, getting that win. That's huge. And here's the team that we saw last year, and it's going to be amazing. Again, the total rebrand, I do like it. They're just the Nor'easters now.
Just the Nor'easters
threw me off, the rebrand.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I realized today that I had the old icon, so that was good. We've got the new one now. We're up to date. We've got it official. All right, so the final two, we only have to do one. I'm assuming Dave will figure out who the other team is after we're done with this.
I have faith.
The Lakers.
And the Lakers. See, Tim, that's what you get for screwing up the power rankings. You don't even get picked in the pool. You're just gone.
Default.
Yes.
Are you saying that's karma for him?
Tough. It's tough.
All right, so as he gets caught up here, we'll get to look. Thank you very much, Dave, for doing this in the background. Much appreciated. Lakers, first time team. It's a brand new division. Obviously, a lot of native players. They really did rally around Woody. I'm excited to see this team. It'll be curious to see who they bring out for the playoffs. I'm very curious to see it. I seen a guy with his GoFundMe today, so if anybody wants to help Tony get out there on my story, jump in the story and get on there. But I don't know. This team, they've got a very fast team, but they've got a couple guys that can score some goals and lights out goalie. I think they're going to surprise a lot of people out there, but I also think they're going to be surprised by the level of competition that's in nationals. I think they come out of the northwestern part of New York State. They've been playing box since they were little kids. I think it's going to be an eye-opening experience. Tony, as somebody who grew up playing box, when you get into these tournaments, you think there's going to be a bunch of field players. What is it that you're looking for exclusively that you don't see in box players that you would see in like first-time field players coming? Like Paul says, the biggest thing is the shot. There's as soon as it happens, they don't act like a box player. They're not moving. They're looking. They're waiting. I mean, what do you think is the biggest thing?
You mean like how to expose a field team?
Yeah.
One field experience? Well, you mean a lot of times it's like management of the game, right? That's usually the biggest experience. If you got field guys that are going to come out and they're going to shoot early in the clock, and if you're expecting that, you just make sure you get those. They don't get any rebounds with that, and that gives you more time on your end, right? And you try to beat them in and out the doors. Just a little nuanced stuff, which I would say the first year we saw a lot of that, but I think all these teams coming in, they've played enough now. They know all the nuances. I remember year one, just remembering like there was a flag down and the team was not pulling their goalie to get a 6-on-5, and I was like, that's a no brainer. But that has not happened in 2-3 years in our league now. I think all the teams are they're learning all the nuances of the box lacrosse game, and now it's just athletes against athletes. But if you have some field guys, that's what you're trying to hope that they don't know those nuances or they don't figure it out quick enough.
Yeah, no. Hopefully, you're hoping they don't figure it out quick enough. I will say, so if you followed that 10,000 hour rule, that's about 5 years of working at something. So we're pretty close to that 5 year. You're starting to get to that very close professional level. Really, year four, I think, going to be the best one as far as competitively. Like I said, I just know the parity. You see the teams coming in. I think it's a huge advantage to these teams to have stiff competition before they get out to the finals.
I'm just kind of looking at this and saying who, you always kind of analyze like who has the toughest road to.
Well, what I'm really looking for is when do we see our Kings, and let's start the trash talk and talk about people changing names, even though it's not going to happen. There's only 2 Kings in this year, though. So it's the King of Kings. Are they playing is really what matters. Don't see it.
No, they are not. They're going to have to play each other in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to have to.
More exciting.
It's going to have to matter. It'll happen after the brackets are seeded and ready to go. I love it. Oh.
So looks like you got a rematch of the Wild and the Wheat Kings, the finals there in the first round. So that'll be highly watched. The Thousand Islands, that Westminster Wild, Seattle Kings, Minneapolis Wheat Kings, and Thousand Islands.
I'm just
games right there.
I'm just looking at Tim's schedule. Yeah, Nashville's drawn a tough road again. Wild, Lakers, Spirits, and then the Mustangs. Or no, I'm sorry. That's where's Tim in the last bracket?
He's on the bottom right. Nashville Ignite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folded, and then that's all the teams he plays.
Yeah, it's gonna be he's got a pretty tough road in front of him.
I don't know that there's an easy road. Watching film on nearly every one of these teams, I don't think there's an easy road.
No, there isn't. I think the biggest thing you can hope for is a team that traveled far and maybe traveled late in the first games. Try to get those legs. Probably going to be your best bet, I would imagine. But I mean, Boy.
Yeah, looking at the Wheat Kings one, they're starting off. So they're starting out with the Wild, and then Nor'easters, and then the Lakers. That's going to be a really competitive games.
The chat's small. You're gonna make me put on my glasses.
No, no, no. We'll just stretch it so it looks bigger. Beware of the dog. I'll just make it huge now. There you go. No.
Perfect. Thank you.
Vengeance early trees. I love it. The trees. See you next week, Ben. Time to play the games. Yes. Wilder, the copycat of an NHL team. Okay. I like it. 38 at practice. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they have a ton of guys out there running. So, some of these teams, now, you guys are still having games even though your season is over, correct, Rachel?
No, they are. We're not. We're playing juniors games still.
Okay, so I saw your juniors were playing and then he's playing. Okay.
Minneapolis and St. Paul are playing each other. My juniors are still playing for one more game. We had a draft and everything.
Gotcha. I like it.
Yeah, they still have a game Saturday, I believe.
Midbow says the reading's hard. You might need to pull up that schedule and make it a little bigger for him.
All right, we'll make the schedule bigger. I'll get rid of the chat.
Looking at the phone, right? On the phone, it's going to be small.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We'll send it out to y'all. Don't worry.
I'm sure the official copy is not going to be me dragging it around on the. I do like it. Everybody take your screenshots now. I got it big. You can almost see most of it.
Wouldn't that be great? This is all you're gonna get.
This is it. Sorry, nothing else matters. Yeah.
No emails. No emails from Rachel. Only screenshots from Greg.
Yes. Yes. I love it. Boy.
$4.99 to get a copy of your screenshot. If you don't want to do it.
I like it. Hey, every GM that's listening right now, please, a copy of your roster. A couple would be nice, in numerical order. We can change it. We can scratch it.
We're going to do a spreadsheet. It's going to be beautiful.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited. We have not nailed down our commentary yet for it, though. So I am very excited to see who the commentary is going to be. I'm guessing we're going to have a mix like we did last year with, people rotating in and out.
Yeah, we had a meeting on Monday. I know Dave loves doing it, so he'll get up there whenever he can and flex those announcer muscles. I let the guys know when we had our meeting that you're interested in some like between game commentary and just some people popping in to say hello as well. So hopefully we get a good mix of voices up there.
Absolutely. And if there's any guys that want to get into commentary or learn anything about the stream, pop up and talk to us. We'll throw a headset on you. We aren't scared. We got all kinds of stuff. This poor kid, so Dano, he's probably like 19, 20, young man. I threw him to the Wolves at NABLL because we needed to get to the senior game. So I was like, yeah, come help me out. And he showed up to NABLL, and then I was like, hey, you're in charge of running the stream. And he looks at me. I was like, yeah, I got to go. Bye. And he did a phenomenal job. So kudos to Dano stepping up and getting the midgets game streamed because I would have missed it. But yeah, we won't do that to anybody at Nationals. Hopefully we're planning on being there for all the games. There's no emergency Mayday flights. Thank you guys very much for making the championship game early enough that I can be home for what I got to do on Monday. That is absolutely huge. What I guess year 4 going into Nationals, Rachel, what have you guys tweak things every year? What were the biggest things going into this year? Because you guys take comments essentially that really you guys are focusing on, I guess, for Nationals this year.
I feel like our Nationals have been. I don't even want to jinx it, but they've gone so well. Like the facilities we've worked with have been so happy with how things have gone. Everyone asks for us to come back. Like the guys are really good about taking care of their spaces and, sticking around to hang out. And this place even asked us specifically what kind of booze they'd like me to special order. I was like, that's so kind. We have the whole facility this year, so no sharing with any youth soccer or anything like that. So we'll be able to have the whole facility, so the guys can kind of spread out, and they'll have the third pad to use to just warm up and stretch and keep their stuff on there. So it's going to be great, as it always is. I'm excited for it. It's always a great event. So
No, that's
we
good.
didn't do a ton of tweaking, to be honest with you.
Well, that means you guys didn't get a bunch of comments because at the end of the year, you asked for comments of things that need to be tweaked. So that means you guys didn't get a bunch of them. Everybody I talked to is happy with it. The only thing I know guys wish is somehow you could magically, give us more time in the day so we could make the games a little longer. But I think everybody understands it's not possible. It's the only way to get it in. Until you get to like where you can have a full week to fit it in, you're never going to fit in full games. That's just too much for too many teams.
Until we can steal a Thursday, we're probably capped at where we're at.
Yeah, but our games have been longer than they've been for the first couple years, right? So that's good. They're a lot of, but by the same token, we go too many games, full games, you're burnt out by the time you get to it. It's box is a lot more grueling than field lacrosse, so it wears on you.
No, that's why President's Cup is a full week, though, because if you're going to play full games like that every day, you can't play more than one of those usually a day. I mean, I know
Yeah.
teams doing tournaments, but if you're playing home and home style of games, you know how it is. Like I watched Chase Frazier puking out of the back of the bench after the championship game they won. Like these guys are nuts. The athletic, yeah, what they put in out there is just absolutely insane.
Well, and we want a
See you,
great
Luke.
championship game. So, we don't want to burn everybody out playing in. I mean, we want them to be competitive, but we don't want anyone to be gassed by the time we get to the last game and have it be, less spectacular.
I think last year was our most competitive national championship, though.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was
It
by
was the closest national championship we've had by quite a bit, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was that was playing against the Wild. I'm sure a couple of the guys in the comments will let me know in a second. But
We're baiting. We're baiting.
I can almost just see like one of the senators spitting coffee across her cell phone. Or what time is it out there right now?
I think it was
They're not
Box
drinking
Lacrosse.
coffee in Minnesota at 8 o'clock at night. They're not drinking coffee.
It's beer. Okay. It's only a couple hours, so yeah. What were you saying, Tony?
I said it's only Bob Midbow's team. I forgot what one of the Kings teams. I don't know which of the three. So.
I do love how they still call them the Seattle Trees, and it's even funnier because if you like, as you're scrolling through the teams, as we're always like verifying that we have all the graphics we need, and you see that the Yetis with the S is eating a tree. So it is even funnier that they call them the trees because now the Yetis are eating the trees. So I really do enjoy. I do have to say, I still think Midbow is my favorite trash talker in ever. Like, and I sit in between some of the most competitive games, and Midbow is probably the best at smack talk I've heard. He's good at it. Rachel's like, I'm gonna plead the fifth. I'll just sit here and stare at you, Greg.
Did you want me to disagree?
No, absolutely not. But so we're going to a brand new place, Milwaukee. I'm assuming you guys picked the middle of the country because it's easiest for everybody to get to, and not because Utica was a terrible time.
Utica was not a terrible time. It was lovely. Speaking of feedback, the travel to Utica was definitely a big thumbs down.
No good.
Almost everybody.
Well, the problem is they're so far away from a real airport.
They are.
It's what holds them back because you've got Albany and Syracuse so close to that they're never going to build one there. It's really what's going to, it does suck. Whereas, Milwaukee, I'm pretty sure that's a big enough city for a fairly large airport, and we're right there. So,
and close to Chicago too. If you wanted to fly into Chicago, it's not far.
Yeah. No, I was looking at it. I did not realize they were that close. I had no idea where Milwaukee was until you guys announced that's where we were going, and I Googled it for the first time. And yes, I was like, okay, there's Milwaukee. I tried to go there once. I was trying to head out there once, and after my fifth pothole, and I lived somewhere with potholes, I was like, I'm done with this. I took a left and headed south, and we went to New Orleans instead.
We're gonna have to buy you one of those maps to pin on for each state you go to. Maybe we're helping you see more of the country.
Absolutely.
Finding a nationals venue is a Herculean task every year. Just because we want, 2 doors, functional shot clocks, functional scoreboards, the right sized facility. We want 2 of them in the same facility, and then not necessarily like hugging the East Coast. So I have a very long list that I vet everybody with, and then also like that it has to fit in our budget. So I bring on the Chuck E. Cheese comments, boys, because there's always one. But not one. There's always more than one. But it's really just a matter of like who fits all of our criteria the best, and to keep it mobile so that we keep exposing new communities to what we're doing, and giving people the opportunity to see, how much great talent that we have. And this gives a different faction the ability to maybe have some fans travel. I know there's some teams whose fans would travel, across oceans to watch them play, which is incredible. But, I know there was a lot from the Northeast when we were in Utica, and then in Chicago, we actually had a ton of people drive to Chicago and to Ohio as well. So
Nate's got a bit
it
of a
just,
cult in Thousand Islands as well. That
yeah,
helps.
they had a huge following for sure. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
incredible to have that many fans come down.
Yeah. How many pool play games on Friday from T. Bruno in the chat?
Oh
Is that a Dave
goodness.
question? Come on, Dave, throw it in the chats. We'll run along. But yeah, no, everybody I think has to understand why you do a nationals in the middle of the country, because it's either that or you do something like they do up in Canada where it's east and west, and that's tough because especially the west coast in the United States, there's not nearly the amount of box lacrosse that there is in the west coast of Canada. So
Yeah.
it's very, yeah. No, I mean, honestly, I think everybody has to understand why I do the middle of the country. I would prefer Glens Falls. If you guys ever want, that's real close to me. It's like I could
Yeah.
walk there. You guys would be like, Blue Squatch is showing up on his bicycle. I'll be like, yeah, this is
You have the
amazing.
race car. Isn't the racetrack over there too?
No, I'm by the horse track in
Oh,
Saratoga.
the horse track. The horse
Yeah,
track.
that's the big
Uh,
thing.
the games start on Friday at 3, so I think our last game's at 8. I want to say 8 or 9. So,
I think we go a little later on Friday night. Then on Saturday we're done earlier, but a little later on Friday night. Not super late.
let me see.
Yeah.
I don't do the schedule. I don't touch the schedule. I just print it out and hand it to people. So I'm sorry, I'm not a good host for this one.
No, it's just to be on the pool drawing. Plus, I mean, you got to be very happy with how your team played this year. This is really cool. A lot of the teams had,
I am.
yeah, had big years. I mean, we don't get to watch a lot of it, but just seeing the scores out there, you guys were doing great. And honestly, like I said, that is so big. And Tony was talking about down in their division, the Arrows being able to beat the Wild, and every game was close down there too. So it made things. I think this could be the best Wild team we've seen then, because I mean
We're done by 10.
done by 10.
There you go.
So from 3 to 10, however many games that is.
Yeah, and we've got 2 rinks going, right? So we got 4 teams.
It's probably at least 10 games.
2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games. 10 games.
What a guess.
Right on. That was a good.
And then we start back up again on Saturday morning. And then hop into the brackets. And then I think we're done by 7 or 8 on Saturday.
First game is at 4:10 a.m. First game starts at 9.
Turns out that one's not getting streamed.
Who's listening on here? And then we pretty much are done with pool play by 12:40. We'll know who's going to be seated for what.
Yes.
And then we'll crunch numbers
And
real fast.
more importantly, though, all of this will be gone over next week in the season. Is basically the last episode like we did last year. Chance for everybody to go over, the rules. We bring Dave on. Dave is really the guy to talk to about this. So, Dave, you don't even have a choice next week. You're on the show because of the schedule. So unless you can convince Otto, which I don't think I've ever gotten Justin to actually sit down in front of a Google camera. So for a Google Meet, no, Justin has always managed to avoid us. We'll get him one of these days. But it really is best though to have Dave because he does all the officials and everything too, so he kind of goes over all that, and that's where we'll really get into the spreadsheet. This show's more about just kind of having fun, drawing some guys up, seeing where everybody lands. Make sure if you guys have any questions, you email them to Dave. I said his email in the last one. It's coordinator. Yeah, coordinator at NABLL.com. Send him any questions. try to put your whole team's questions together maybe before you send it to them instead of 100 emails. But I'm pretty sure most of it's covered. You guys have the team meeting, so everybody will basically be in on it. When is the team meeting?
We had it right away. We had it on Monday. Every team that won before this weekend messaged me within about 3 hours of their game to start asking questions. So we decided to just get the information out as fast as we could, and give them plenty of time to, to work on logistics and things like that. So we turned it around really fast after Sunday.
Yeah, it does. So basically, the breakdown of the sheet is where you see columns A and B, they are playing each other. So Oak City Owls playing the Seattle Kings playing the Oak City Owls underneath, and it just kind of goes like that. So the very top bold lines are not games. That was where the teams were seated, correct? And then the lines 2, 3, and 4 are games, and lines 7, 8, and 9 are games, is I believe how this works. Yes. Yeah, because Philly was that team. Yeah. So Seattle Kings will be playing them. Thousand Islands playing Grand Rapids. Nashville playing Westminster. And these are all the games that will be taking place Friday night and then a couple Saturday morning. Correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And like I said, bother Dave with all those questions. He loves emails. He's organized. He actually, like when it comes to scheduling and stuff, you've picked a very great person to deal with it. Same with dealing with all the ref coordination things, so everybody's on the same page. Any questions on the rules? Any questions for the streaming? Let us know ahead of time. Basically, we will have one link for the entire NABLL. All the games will be streamed on the NABLL, except for when we're doing the 2 rinks. If we're set up, which we got to check the mezzanine and stuff. I probably should have checked all that out. But yeah, we'll get everything.
Told me it's good to go.
Yeah. So one will be on NABLL. Whatever's not will be on Blue Squatch, and then all of the final games and after it's rolling will just be on the NABLL game stream. So make sure you're in there, subscribe. If we can get everybody to subscribe to that, we can help monetize that channel, which helps save cost on the streams. Not that, I mean, you don't really make anything, but with the entire national stream, you might make $40, and $40 is $40. So if you can all monetize, that happens by everybody subscribing to the channel. So right now, everybody should be subscribed. If you're not, please click that subscribe button. Get us to 1,000. Send this to everybody. Ask your family members to sign in and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Let's get the NABLL monetized to make this go even better. And I think that's all we basically have for the week, unless, Tony, you got anything else?
No, I think everybody's eager to see how this national is going to play out.
Oh, I'm excited. This is fun. It's my favorite time of the year. I go right from Can-Am to this, and you guys are early enough this year. I'm going to come home. I'm going to be able to watch some of the President's Cup, I think. I've been invited to go up and check it out with a couple of the teams, so might be worth making the trip. I told the Arrows if they make the finals, I'm there. So it'll be that would be the first time I've ever made it to one of the Canadian ones. The only nationals usually we do are your guys's and then Laxney, and then we're done for the season. But President's Cup might be interesting. Rachel, any news before we sign off for the week?
No, I'm excited to see everyone next weekend.
Absolutely. It's the best part. Just remember, the first couple hours, Rachel's not in boss mode. She's in helping us mode. She carries everything. Don't ask her any questions until you see her in her boss mode close. That's when she's official, and then she can help you. But we do appreciate all the help that you guys give us. Anybody who doesn't know, Rachel was carrying in scaffolding last time with Tim and everybody. So we've made, and not the last one because it was Utica, and that's amazing. It's set up for me. But yeah, you guys have rented scaffolding and set things up. They really do go out of the way. Any questions, don't hesitate to email them or send us an email if you got a question on the stream. Thank you guys so much. We will see everybody next week. And more importantly, we'll see you in a week and a half, about 2 weeks, out in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've been watching Wayne's World to get ready. I hope everybody else is too.
Milwaukee.